Okay. We're on Ginger's trail.
I'll have a scar to remember them by.
Question the charcoal burners in the south. Find Ginger. Did it actually mark them for me? Whoa. Okay, that's a long way away. Yeah, so the guy told me to stay nearby, but he doesn't seem too interested. I'll let him know.
Good health to you.
I think Ginger is mixed up in it somehow.
Why do you say that?
The hoof pick I found on the dead bandit in the woods is his.
That is fucking suspicious.
He disappeared right after we found those bandits in the woods. And I think I know where he went.
Where?
To the charcoal burners. He has friends there.
We've got to find him. But if his friends really are hiding him, I doubt they'll talk to my men. You should search for him, Henry. Go, before the trail turns cold. I'll send a report to Rattay.
Very well, sir. Any chance of some work here, Captain?
It all depends on what you're ready. As I'm sure you've noticed, Sir Hanush has declared.
So what do you think I should do about it?
We know about one of their encampments. I don't really mind how you deal with them. Anyway, the leaders generally... In any case...
Very well. I'll see.
Wait. In addition...
Very well. That sounds amusing.
Well,
Can I heal myself? Yes. Stolen. Yeah, I know where that is. I know exactly where that is. Don't worry about it just yet. Wonder what'll happen to that horse. Oh, I rode past him. That's right, their camp is up there.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Could you help me?
Depends what you want, doesn't it?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. They say he ran away and joined up with some charcoal burners he used to hang around with sometimes.
Sorry, there's never been a lad called Ginger around here. You have to try somewhere else.
A murder's been committed at Neuhof, and that boy likely knows who did it. It's vital I find him.
There's been murder aplenty in these parts of late, but that Ginger lad really hasn't been here.
There'll be a lot less murdering going on once I bring those bastards to justice, so how about helping me out?
Calm down, lad, for the love of God. There's been no one like the boy you want round here. But then again, there are other charcoal burners. Try them. You might want to hurry. You're not the first to be asking about him, and the others weren't exactly a noble-looking bunch, although they were generous with their silver.
They didn't
Oh.
happen to say what they wanted him for?
No, but they definitely didn't look like they wanted to invite him to a feast.
Do you have any idea where else he could have gone?
You said he was friends with the charcoal burners? Well, you'll definitely find some in the forest between Neuhof and Ujetz. There's good spots around there.
But that forest is huge. I could spend weeks searching.
Then follow the river. That's how you found us, isn't it? Where there's charcoal burners, there's always water nearby.
All right, I'll go and ask somewhere else.
You know, I'm thinking that when I find Ginger, he's not going to be alive anymore. Sadly. Oh, that's weird. I went the wrong way. I need to go northwest towards the B. Think I can jump it? Apparently, yes. Oh, this is the horse farm. Oh, made it. Looks like the kind of place belladonna would grow. I do not see anything that looks like it. A lot of valerian. Or Paris. Got 100 of those already. There's definitely charcoal burners about. All these trees are cut down.
My respects to you.
I'm searching for a stable boy from Neuhof. They call him Ginger.
I know him right enough, but I don't know where he is now.
He's run away from the stud farm. I have to find him.
Well, he's definitely not here. Try the other charcoal burners camp downstream. Maybe he's there.
I'm dubious.
God be with you.
Do you know where I could find Ginger?
Who?
The stable boy from Neuhof. I've heard he's friends with some charcoal burners.
Oh, I know who you mean. He went not long ago to the charcoal burners by Talmberg. Just follow the stream to the west.
turns up willingly for the slaughter.
Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Ow! Wow, got clocked.
That's gonna cost you your life. Bring it on! Is that all you...
What's going on? Who are you?
Come here, lily liver.
Ah! Ah, come on, I'm stuck on a tree. Ah. That was in the head. Ooh, dark riding boots. Not that great though. How's the horse doing weight-wise? Not great. Okay. Really wish they wouldn't drop their weapons. It's very annoying. And should I take his ear? Did I take his ear? I have a Cuman ear, I don't have a bandit ear. Maybe... Where's my dagger? Yeah, maybe I have to have it on me.
Mother of God! Who are you?
Ah, come on. Oh, he's running.
Yeah!
Oh, I want the spear. Come on. I had it. We have another spear. Did I drop it? Huh. How's the horse? The horse has got like 15 more pounds. Horse has got 5 more pounds. Not even. Twenty-two, 15, 3. It's the same as the one I've got. That used up my cobbler's kit. Oh, come on. Oh, I have the spear equipped. How do I have the spear equipped? Oh. I can't equip it or unequip it. Weird. Okay. I'm in the area. I'm headed west, yeah. Is that Ginger? It's Bran.
Oh, why are you waking me? Go away. Huh? Shit. Sod off.
Interesting.
Good day to you. What do you need?
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof. Do you know where I might find him?
Well, if you go south from here, you'll come across Old Andrew's Inn on the road. If you go along the road from there to the east,
Smart
you'll
ass.
reach Neuhof.
I know where Neuhof is. The boy isn't there.
Ah, I see. I can't help you then. I've never noticed anyone of that description around here.
That's odd. The charcoal burners by the stream told me they know Ginger and that he comes to visit you.
Horseshit! They probably just said that to get rid of you. Nobody likes a stranger sticking his nose into their business.
It's the business of my liege lord. I'm here because of what happened at Neuhof, and that boy knows something about it. Let me talk to him.
Hold your horses. First, prove you're with the garrison.
How? You want me to bring the whole garrison here?
If there's no other way. Because there's been 2 brutes asking after him too. And they look like they'd cut his throat without blinking.
Alright, I'll deal with them. And then you'll tell me where you've got Ginger hidden, right?
Right. You get rid of them, and I'll tell you.
So where can I find these bandits?
I'm not sure exactly. There's lots of places to hide around here. But they came and went over the bridge, so I reckon they must be somewhere between here and our neighbours.
That's a lot of woods to comb through.
Not all that much. There's a path around there somewhere leading to an abandoned camp.
Okay. Downside is I really can't fight or do much because I'm so loaded with stuff. Gives me a little bit of space. Path leading up to an abandoned camp.
I never. What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you? You call that combat? Come here, little son.
I can barely see him. Yeah, he lost me in the dark. Or is that him?
You're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Draw your mace, dude.
Stop, you mean? Ah!
Crap. Why can I not sprint? Why am I not sprinting? Ah, god damn it. I've got the sprint bug again. What the... I don't understand why I can't sprint. I've lost him. Man, it's freaking raining. God. So apparently, despite having vastly improved my visibility and conspicuousness, that was not enough to hide in the bushes and let him go past. This looks like the hunting camp. This is the hunting camp. Is it because I'm piggish? Hey, buddy. Draw. Draw your weapon. Draw your weapon. How did he drain all of my stamina in one set of blows?
Had enough?
Ooh, an armorer's kit. Take the boar hide, but it's heavy. Where was all his gear? To the left.
God be with you.
I'm looking for Ginger, a stable boy from Neuhof.
So we gotta do this dance again?
But they told me at the other camp that he comes to visit.
Well,
What?
I'm looking for Ginger.
with us.
They seem pretty certain.
Well, they must have got.
What? I'm on A. Could be one of these other guys?
Good day to you. What do you need?
You don't have to worry about those bandits anymore. I've dealt with them.
Really? And I suppose I have to take your word for it.
If you want proof, I can take you to them. Maybe I should have brought you their heads.
I'll take your word for it. All right, a bargain's a bargain. Ginger is hiding out in a ruined hut not far from here. You go along the road to Ujits until you see a path to the right that leads to a small spring. There's an overgrown path that leads from there right to where Ginger is. Keep your eyes peeled, though. You could easily miss it.
Good. Thanks for your help.
Road to Uzits. There's multiple roads to Uzits. No. gotta be the north. Oh, it's marked. Hmm. Found him.
Jesus, you've led me a merry dance.
What do you want from me?
I want to ask you a couple of questions. Why did you run off like that? Where are your cronies? And why did you kill that bandit?
What?
Right, one thing at a time. Why did you kill that bandit?
What? Bandit? I never killed anyone.
This is yours, isn't it? I pulled it from the belly of a dead bandit near the stud farm.
That is mine, but I didn't stab him. That fellow took it from me.
What fellow?
I don't know his name, but he's from Ujits, and he has a limp.
What can you tell me about him? How do you know him?
I saw him a few times in the tavern in Ujits, playing dice and boozing.
And?
I know he lives in a house on the edge of the village, but that's all I know. I never talked to him.
Why did you run off in such a hurry?
Because I was afraid they'd come back and kill me.
Who?
Those bandits, of course.
To get revenge on you for killing their mate?
Killing? Me? I never killed anyone. God is my witness.
I'm looking for your friends. Where are they?
The charcoal burners? They're over at the...
To hell with the charcoal burners. Where are your bandit mates?
They're not my mates. They nearly killed me. I recognized one of them, so I thought they'd come back and...
Recognized? Who was it? Talk!
I don't know his name, only that he's from Ujits, and he has a limp.
He limps and he's from Ujits. That's not much to go on, but I suppose it'll have to do.
It's all I know. I never talked to him.
And now tell me exactly what happened. And don't leave anything out.
That's quite a long story.
Don't worry, I won't get bored.
All right. I woke up in the middle of the night because I needed to go for a piss. So I went out into the dark, same as usual, only there was something there that shouldn't have been. At first I thought it was just a trick of the light, but it wasn't. Then it was too late. They went past and I thought they must be horse thieves. I would have yelled, only I was afraid they'd kill me. So I waited until they were out of sight and I started to sneak away, but then...
Then the slaughtering started?
Yes. I thought they'd steal the horses and ride off. That would be bad enough, but then all the killing started and flames everywhere. It was terrible, like hell itself.
And then?
It seemed some of them didn't like it either. They started squabbling among themselves, and some of them started running back where they came from, right towards me. And I had that thing in my hand, the hoof pick.
So you stabbed the first one in the belly?
No. He ran right into me. He was running fast for a fellow with a limp. He pushed me aside and I fell on the ground. Then he told me I'd better lie low if I valued my life. he ran off with the others. I did what he said and hid. Then the rest of the gang ran past.
And then?
Then I waited in case that limping one from Ujits came back. I didn't dare come out until I was sure. I think it was almost light.
What about the others? Was there anything you noticed about them?
I don't know. There might have been maybe 8 of them, and 2 of them were really big. That's all I can remember.
Do you know what they argued about?
I didn't hear everything, but I reckon some of them were only there to steal and wanted no part in the killing.
That sounds terrible. I know exactly how you feel.
If only I yelled. Maybe they...
If you had, you'd most likely be dead. It probably wouldn't have done any good anyway.
But still...
There was nothing you could do. What about the others?
I don't...
What about the others?
I don't know.
That's all. I've heard everything I need to hear, so I'll leave you be.
Wait! What about me? Won't you help me out?
Perhaps I could. What would you like?
I'd like to go back to the stud farm, but those cutthroats who want to kill me are still around. Will you help me?
They're out of the way. I ran into them on my travels.
Really? That's great, but...
What?
I'm afraid to go back to the farm. I ran away, and God knows what they'll think about it all. I don't know if they'll even want to talk to me.
Just try, and you'll see whether they drive you away or not. But if you explain it to them, they're sure to understand.
I suppose you're right. Thank you for your help, and God bless you.
Okay.
Hi! Are you serious?
Yes, very much so. That's Sir Radzig.
God be with you, Henry. God be with you.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been.
Can you teach me how to defend myself better in combat?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
I'd like some training in handling pole arms.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
I'd like to improve my swordsmanship.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice the basics.
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Okay. Still can't run. Apparently because I overate.
What do you want?
You summoned me.
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
One of the Neuhoff stable boys, a lad they called Ginger, fled from there and hid out with some...
That's true, but keep to the point.
Oh, yes, sir. I had quite a job finding him.
Did he tell you what happened?
He said it wasn't one gang, but two. And one of them took fright when the slaughter started. Seems they were only interested in loot, so they quarrelled with the other lot. Then it came to a skirmish in the woods, and one of them was killed. And the rest of them scattered.
And
all I know is one of them is from Uzhitz. I know enough about him to be able to track him down.
All right, but those cutthroats must know who he is too, right? And if they want to get revenge on him or silence him, you'd better hope they don't get to him before you. So drop everything and get on his trail. Find out what he knows and then report back to me. I'm going to our encampment at Merhayed to oversee the security of the region.
Yes, sir. Sir, I've been to Uzhitz, and the parish priest there is very odd indeed. He's very handy with a sword. Do you know anything about him, sir?
Godwin? Aye, an intriguing fellow. He was sent to the university to become a priest. So when he finished studying, instead of taking up his parish, he went roaming. I imagine he had a pretty adventurous life.
Why choose Merhayed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about something else.
But what?
Creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigation, sir.
Good. Tell me.
The trail leads to Uzhitz. I found out one of the bandits is from there, a fellow they call Limpy Lubov.
Okay.
I see. What else?
That's all I found out so far, sir.
All right. Come back and report to me as soon as you learn anything new.
So I know the guy's name. Not sure how I found out his name, but I know his name. Need to go to Uzhitz anyway. Hey, buddy. Ride around and ignore it. 100%. Okay. Let's subscribe.
God be with you.
I'm looking for a fellow who lives here, but I don't know his name.
I just
You know
gave him
anyone with a
his
name?
name.
What would you want with him? Well, it's no skin of my nose. The bastard has a cottage on the edge of the village by the road to Rattay.
He's only got 180.
Let's talk about the price.
Why not?
Is this enough?
We're getting there.
Satisfied?
We're getting there.
Yeah,
That's a sum I can live with.
he can't afford anything else. What's all this?
Move along, citizens. Move along. There's nothing to see here.
If that's what you call nothing to see, I'd like to know what something to see looks like.
By the keys of St. Peter, this is all I need. We'll have to send word to Sir Hanush.
That might not be necessary.
Who are you?
I'm Henry of Skalitz, in the service of Hanush's Captain Bernard. I'm investigating the attack at Neuhof, and I think this could be related.
Well, I'm the bailiff of Auschwitz. And I say we don't want any of that kind of trouble around here. What makes you think this has anything to do with Neuhof?
One of the folk at the stud farm recognized someone from Auschwitz among the bandits.
We have no bandits or murderers around here.
Really? They say he had a limp?
Shit. Allow me to introduce you to Limpy Lubosh. or all that's left of him.
Whoa!
Sacre. Nothing's ever easy. I'll have to take a look around and ask a few more questions, if that's all right with you.
You can take this mess off my hands and welcome to it. As for what else there is to find out, I don't know. But look and ask all you like.
Who was Limpy Lubosh?
A poor crofter and a scoundrel. Can't say I'm too surprised what happened to him. He kept company with all sorts of vermin. He was always getting into some kind of trouble. Punch-ups in the tavern and what have you.
How come he limped?
He got that from some villainy or brawl a long time ago.
Do you happen to know where he was on the night of the Neuhoff raid?
I've no idea. He kept his distance from other folk, so you never knew if he was away or holed up at home.
Has he been up to anything suspicious lately?
I don't know. The last few days he didn't go anywhere. He was home the whole time. But he always kept everyone in the village at arm's length.
Okay, that was like 2 days ago.
Did he have any kith or kin in the village?
None. A loner he was. I don't know the last time I saw him with anyone.
Alright.
When did you find the body? And did anyone see anything?
Just now. And nobody saw or heard anything. I don't know how they could gut him like that without someone hearing him scream.
The parish priest here in Ujits,
He is indeed. He's as hard as nails.
I doubt he acquired those skills at the seminary.
You know how it goes. The nobles send their youngest sons. He probably learnt to fight at home before he went to university. But I heard something happened and he was roving the world for a while.
Another thing about Lubosh.
Okay, that's done.
I've come in the name of Sir Hanish of Lipa. I'm investigating the massacre in Neuhoff, and now a murder here is...
I don't know how I can help you, but ask if you must.
Do you know who Lubosh used to spend time?
As far as I know.
Who was this Lubosh?
You could see at first glance
Have you noticed anything
there wasn't sight or sound of him for a long time, and then yesterday he turned up at the church and even talked to the parish priest.
Interesting.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing?
I don't think he was...
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
Did that update the quest? No, I still need to find out more. Oh, but it's over there. Alright. Is it all pretty much the same thing?
Jesus Christ.
I've come in the name...
Sir Hanush gives a job like that to a young...
Thanks.
Have you noticed anything
I didn't see much of him lately.
Do you know anyone
I really don't know.
Do you know what Lubosh...
I don't think he was home at all.
That man Lubosh...
He was a strange one. Always...
That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, they're all gonna more or less repeat the same thing. Wait. So, I'm not done yet. Don't tell me I have to talk to each of these people. No.
Good day to you.
Just
I've come in the name of Sir...
Of course, ask away.
That man Lubosh who was murdered, what was he like?
He was a drunk who was always looking for a...
Have you noticed anything?
Well, now I think of it, I've...
Do you know what Lubosh...
Not a clue.
Do you know anyone Lubosh...
He was a loner.
That's all. Thank you.
A good day to you. What do you need?
I've come in the name of Sir Hanush of...
I don't know nothing about...
That man Lubosh...
I didn't really know him.
Have you noticed anything
Come to think of it, he was in church. I was wondering what he was up to take to the faith or...
Do you know what Lubosh...
I was coming from the tavern very late that night. He looked like he was in a hurry. It was only a shadow against the sky.
Do you know anyone Lubosh...
Not with anyone from the village. He...
Do you know anyone
Not...
That's all. Thank you.
no, come back, scribe.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of...
Of course.
Okay.
That's all. Thank you.
So I need to go talk to the priest.
My respects to you.
The blessings of our good Lord be with you, Father. I'm here. Can I ask you a few questions?
It seems Sir Hanush is employing children as investigators. But ask as you wish, boy.
Did you know Lubosh? What was he like?
Bit of a lost soul. Simple, rough fellow, but at heart I don't think he was such a bad person.
Did you notice anything suspicious recently?
My child, all sorts of suspicious things have been going on recently. People like Lubosh don't know what to do about it, and sometimes they do stupid things.
That's really not a lot of help to me, Father.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Do you know what Lubosh was doing on the day Neuhof was raided?
Unfortunately, I do know. And I'd like to help you with your investigation, but I can't.
What?
I'm bound by certain vows that forbid me to tell you.
Vows more important than catching dangerous murderers?
There are laws of God above the laws of man, son, and one of those is the sanctity of the confessional.
Father, surely you can't be serious. There must be situations in which you can make an exception.
There are things that apply always, no matter what the circumstances, and this is one of them.
Try to talk it out of him.
But Lubosh is dead. You can't hurt him, but if you don't tell me, more innocent people may die.
If I told you, I would be
come
betraying
on.
a vow that's a cornerstone of the Holy Church. If people believed the sanctity of the confessional couldn't be trusted, the consequences would be even worse than that.
Worse than the death of innocent Christians?
No one escapes punishment.
Father, Lubosh was my only lead to the Neuhof raiders. Only he could tell me who was responsible for that massacre. If I don't find out who it was, it will probably happen again. Surely you wouldn't want that.
I wouldn't. But I can't betray the sanctity of the confessional. I'll tell you what. Give me some time and I'll try to think up some way of helping you. Suppose we talk it over in the evening, in the tavern, over a cup of good wine. Maybe we'll come up with something.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Godwin has a concubine?
You live here?
Of course.
I mean here, in the presbytery.
Yeah, right here.
In the presbytery? With the parish priest?
Yes. What's the matter? Don't you like me? So why are you surprised Godwin likes me too?
I'm not.
That was embarrassing. Well, crud.
My respects to you.
I've come in the name of Sir Cad.
Of course.
That's all. Thank you.
Nothing new about that dialogue. What's this?
Good people, have mercy on me.
Jesus, look what...
Give me something to drink. Thank you.
Damn.
Thank you 100-fold. You have a good heart.
My respects to you.
This is food. I've got the no sprint bug again. Come on.
Good day to you.
I've come in the name of Sir...
I don't know nothing about...
That's all. Thank you.
Good health to you, sir.
Villager. Villager. Ugh. Dog skin. Cheese and bread, nothing. Don't know what that means. Food. Nothing in there worth taking. This is firewood. It's locked. Not sure what else I'm supposed to do here. Like, it's a huge area. Go to the tavern, maybe? Although I thought I already covered that.
Hey, who's there?
Good day to
Mother
you.
of God.
Yeah, these guys know nothing.
God be with you.
Just a villager. It's like I'm stuck in sneak mode. There's nothing here. Nope. Okay.
God be with you.
God bless. God bless.
There's nobody inside. But I already talked to the scribe.
God be with you.
It's gonna be the same. Yeah, I'm stumped as to what I'm supposed to do here. Only place I haven't gone is the stable. I'm clearly supposed to do something because meeting the parish priest in the tavern in the evening is optional. Question is what? Bet these guys don't know either.
Good day to you.
I'd like you to show me how to ride a horse better.
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
All right, but it'll cost you.
Oh.
Isn't that quite a lot? Satisfied?
Well,
Whoa, he came down a long way.
agreed. Now listen up.
My other horse is still here. Doubt the head groom knows anything else either.
God be with you.
I don't suppose. Still can't buy a saddle. I don't know why. That's probably all he can afford. Those aren't so bad. I might keep those. You can't afford it anymore. Silver spurs are 1.2k, so I can't afford that. Cumin spurs are reasonable. Plain riding spurs. Now that I have the spurs, nope, still can't buy this stuff. It's very weird. That should be more than enough to wipe him out. All right. Ah, and to use up the other one. Crap. So I have the spear, but I can't use it, and I can't drop it. Oh, that's Pegasus. What time is it? It's almost evening. See if the priest joins me here. In the evening. It's not quite evening yet. Almost done.
I'll be right back with that.
Let's see the priest anywhere. Oh, there he is.
I'm sorry I can't tell you everything. but maybe we can work something out. But first, I'd like to hear something about you, my son. With whom do I have the honor? Where are you from?
I'm from Skalitz.
Oh, I'm sorry. What about your kin?
They're dead.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Here, we'll drink to them. It must have been terrible.
It was terrible. It seemed so pointless. We had no warning. They just appeared and began the slaughter. God knows why. They killed anyone who didn't make it to the shelter of the castle. My parents, my girl, even the Deutsch who was on Sigismund's side. I didn't make it to the castle. I wanted to try and help my parents, but there was nothing I could do. Then I fled to Talmberg with the Cumans on my heels. They almost killed me. They slaughtered people in the surrounding villages. There was a pile of bodies in front of the church in Rovno. Folk who tried to take refuge there, but they...
My poor child. May God grant them eternal rest. And how did you come to get this assignment? I'd have expected Sir Hanish to send that old grouch, Bernard.
He did, but I found a witness and the trail led here to Ujits, so he sent me here to follow it up.
Ah, well, congratulations. It's nice to see someone using their head to find things out instead of torture. We'll have to drink to that. Now the most important thing. What actually happened at Noyel? The good folks hereabout are saying all kinds of terrible things, but I take most of it with a pinch of salt.
The rumours aren't exaggerated this time, unfortunately. The Neuhof stud farm was raided by bandits, but they didn't come to pillage or even take the horses. They only wanted to kill. They maimed the horses and slaughtered some people. I'm sure they would have killed more, but the bandits quarrelled among themselves and broke off the attack. And judging by what's left of our Lubosh, they're still settling accounts.
I see it's every bit as bad as people claimed. Dreadful. Well then, here's to those poor souls who had to die so pointlessly and so terribly.
I've told you all about me. Now it's your turn, Father. You don't look much like our parish priest at home.
Ale.
I hear you had quite an adventurous life after the seminary.
I like to leave the past in the past. Now I'm here, and the life I have suits me just fine. Wine, women, and mass.
I notice there's a woman living with you at the presbytery.
What of it? Have you never met a cleric who lives with a woman before? Mother Church won't let me take her to wife. Too afraid it might lose its property to any heirs she bore me. But she cooks and cleans, and, well, as a man I have my needs.
I'm not sure the parish priest at St. James would agree with you.
I heard he was a bit odd.
I noticed you're pretty handy with a sword. I wouldn't expect that of a man of the cloth.
You know what they say. The Lord moves in mysterious ways.
But this is a bit more mysterious than others.
Let's just say I haven't always been a priest. Fate led me to places where affairs were settled by force. These days, of course, it's just a bit of exercise to keep me in shape.
Well, we've had an agreeable chat, but now let's get down to business. So, about this confessional seal. Do you really want more innocent people to die?
Henry, that's not how it works. There are matters in which you can't make exceptions. If people stop believing in the church because their confessional secret...
I understand, but that means I've reached a dead end. Those cutthroats will strike again, and I can't stop them.
Chin up, lad. I might have a solution.
What?
If I tell you what Lubosh told me, I'd be betraying the confessional secret. But, first thing tomorrow, I'll try something I think might help you.
Word of honor?
On my soul.
I always wondered about the things a priest tells his congregation. Where on earth do you get the ideas for your...
Well, Ujits isn't Prague. It's not enough to instruct people. They have to be entertained, too. If I only read from the Bible...
Our priest wasn't exactly a bard.
It has to be something topical. Condemning vices. And, of course, describing them in detail. A Tongue lashing about the two popes goes down well these days. And stories from real life with a nice moral to them, especially if they're about fornication and similar scandalous vices.
Can you give me an example?
Well, recently a priest by the name of Jan Hus started preaching in Prague in the Czech language, and the people liked it. I hear he always has a full house. A journeyman who heard him told me what Hus is preaching, and I like the sound of it. I'm thinking about putting it in my own repertoire.
What's so amazing about it?
The preaching of Master Jan Hus about Mother Church. The lamentable wealth in which the church is drowning has turned to poison, and nearly the whole of Christendom is contaminated. Just like a flock of hungry ravens, they settled on this land to devour every grain of gold and silver. They know no mercy. Their hearts are corrupted by longing for wealth, and they shamelessly profit from everything. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay and you will have absolution. What if the devil himself were to pay? Would he ascend to heaven too? With such money gained from the poor, they buy beautiful horses to ride and needless servants to pamper them. They gamble at dice and dress their whores in expensive fur. While Jesus Christ walked barefoot. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor. Amen.
Well, this Jan Hus character is quite a rebel.
Oh, the congregation will love it.
I don't doubt it.
Let's drink to that.
Funny. That last bit reminds me of someone.
What do you mean? My situation's completely different. Huth preaches against the prelates and the clerics who are robbing the poor. Look at me. I'm one with them in poverty and suffering and everything that troubles.
Thanks for the sermon, but I think I've been morally uplifted enough.
It's getting quite late. What are your plans, Father?
What do you suppose? We have a drink, of course.
That sounds like a good plan.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Enough of this!
Bailiff, come on over here, sit down and have a drink with us.
Don't vex me again, Father. It's 3 hours past dusk, and curfew is long gone.
So what?
So, I'll have you all whipped and put in the stocks, and I'll write a letter to the bishop about you, priest.
Well, nothing to worry about then. Everyone knows the only one around here who can ride is me.
Enough! Men, throw them out.
You looking for a fight? Henry, back me up.
This is what in the world.
You'll get one.
Come on,
I apparently can't block. Spit. Wait, what? You want me to climb the bell tower while I'm drunk? Are you insane? What the?
Look where you're going.
What are you doing?
Just a step, my dears. Careful, you don't hurt yourself.
Godwin, you're a buffoon.
Here we are. Look at this beauty.
What in the world?
We can't do this, can we?
Who says? Get ringing, wench.
This is wonderful.
Ah, bloody oath. And now, my dears, comes the climax of the evening.
Godwin, you old goat.
Come here. Oh.
The priest has mounted up. What do you say, Henry? Shall we take a little ride of our own?
What?
Well, I have to say that was a fine evening.
Ugh.
Godwin, you beast. Get up. Do you hear me? Wake up, you drunkards.
Oh, fucking hell. Where the... Oh, what the... Oh, who the hell are you? Oh, Henry. My great friend, Henry. Didn't we have a wonderful time?
Well, you certainly did, you old lecher. Now you better pull yourself together quick. You haven't much time. There's some water and something to eat on the table there, but if I were you, I would move my hairy arse before my flock eats me alive.
Oh, step on in my head. My guts. My poor suffering stomach. What was that woman on about? Wait, before my flock eats me alive. I've forgotten something. What have I forgotten?
Where the fuck am I?
What the fuck was it? Mass! Oh shit, I have to say mass. I gotta say mass. You have to help me.
How? You're the priest.
I can't do it in this state. Maybe the liturgy. But I have to give a sermon as well. Oh, this is a disaster. They're gonna excommunicate me.
I'd like to help you, but...
You can. You can do the sermon for me.
What? So, first I investigate a murder no one wants investigated. Then I drunkenly keep the whole town up all night. And now you want me to preach at them from the pulpit? Do you want them to burn us at the stake?
No. No, I've got it. Suppose that Sir Rattay's protege. You just came from studying in Prague. And you want to share the words of Master Jan Hus, who you recently heard preaching there. Henry, look, from what I remember, we might have overdone it a bit last night. And if the bailiff or someone else complains about me, the bishop's gonna have my guts for garters. So I'd appreciate it. Stop gaping at me like a stuffed squirrel and start helping.
You're mad. You're stark raving mad.
I'm not. It's a perfect plan. It's flawless. Oh. How about this? If you help me with this, I'll tell you who Lubosh's cronies are.
Ha 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 ha.
Well, all right. I can't make any promises about what'll happen.
No, neither can I.
What do you want me to do exactly?
I'll go and start the liturgy. Then I'll introduce you. You give the... No need to drag it out. If it turns out well, I'll tell you what I know about Luke.
Christ almighty.
Wonderful.
This is insane. And I'm still damaged too. Ugh. And I still can't sprint. And I'm still hammered.
I thought he'd never show up. The swill pole.
Look at him. He can hardly walk after his capers last night.
You were with them, you beast. Just you wait.
Look at him. Mother of God, any minute now he'll throw up.
Animals, I couldn't sleep a wink last night with all that clamor.
In nomine Patris, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. Accepit panem in sanctas at venerabiles a manus suas. Hac facite in meam commemorationem.
Brothers and sisters, you may have had the honor of meeting Henry from Skalitz, who is here at the behest of Sir Hanush to investigate that heinous crime at Neuhof. You might not know that Henry recently visited Prague, where, by the grace of God, was able to hear Master Jan Hus from the esteemed Charles University preaching. I've managed to persuade Henry to stand here today in my stead and tell us what he heard. Because, as you all probably know, Jan Hus is a very popular preacher in Prague. So, Henry, you may begin.
Now I'm curious which one of them will puke first.
Brothers and sisters, let me get straight to the point. I'd like to talk about the church and how corrupt it is.
Boy has a cheek.
One should not believe in the church, because the church is not God. God is above all things, and the church is but a means to salvation, which the prelates do not care to hear.
He's right.
It is the corruption of God's pastors here on earth that has brought misfortune on our heads. Plague, Cumans, hunger, and chaos. The accursed wealth that the church is drowning in is poisoning almost the whole of Christendom. When dogs are fighting over a bone, take the bone and they will stop. Just like the flock of ravens that has descended on this land to peck up every speck of gold and silver. They show no mercy. Their hearts are poisoned by covetousness. They trade everything. Everything is for sale. You want to baptize a child? Pay. You want to steal and murder? Pay, and you will have absolution. And the prelates sin and give themselves absolution.
For shame! Shame upon them!
And what sins? They live with harlots and keep concubines, even though only marital intercourse for the purpose of procreation is pure. If someone takes a woman or man only to satisfy their own lust, who seduces them to do so but Satan? And how much darker the sin if that man is a servant of the church?
This is going to backfire.
Who can turn his face to God, who fornicates and then puts on priestly robes?
Nothing we don't know about already.
Enough about sin, which the prelates are so fond of preaching about, and whose absolution they promise if you only pay enough coin to Mother Church. What if the devil himself were to pay? Will the bishops tell us he too would ascend to heaven? And what about those bishops? They sin without remorse, and with the money grasped from the poor for indulgences, they keep fine horses and hordes of servants to pamper them. They play dice and garb their mistresses in expensive furs, while Christ, the Lamb of God, walked barefoot and had nowhere to lay his head. Look to your consciences, you robbers of the poor, for you are seen by God and his people too.
Down with the prelates. Away with them.
We're fortunate to have our good Father Godwin. At least he's a fair and simple man.
God sees what is happening on earth, and he is filled with righteous wrath that those who should seek the salvation of souls instead seek mammon and the idle comfort of lucrative posts. Blessed are the shepherds who share the poverty of their flock, who are as one with you and bear with you the burden of this earthly pilgrimage, who do not condemn your venial sins.
Oi! All honor to Godwin! Let him drink like one of us!
That is all I heard in Prague. Amen.
The lad spoke well, considering what a soak he is.
He's right, that was.
The young man shouldn't drink so much, but the Lord's given him a silver tongue.
I don't suppose I'll ever get to Prague, and he told it nicely.
I can't believe it pulled that off.
Well, well, my boy, you have talent, and I can't deny it. And you pulled a thorn from my side. I almost didn't make it.
Yeah, I noticed. And I wasn't the only one.
Oh, what's to be done? I'll make it up somehow.
So, about our bargain.
Although it's a sin.
So gluttony and fornication.
God does forgive a penitent.
So, what did Limpy Lubosh tell you? Was he at Neuhof that day? Who was with him? And where are they now?
Now, slow down. I'm sorry, but he didn't tell me that much.
Don't let me down after all I've been through. For you?
Well, Lubosh came to me shortly after it happened. His conscience was gnawing at him. And I must say, in the end, he turned out to be a better man than he looked. He said they'd been hired through some crony of theirs. And at first, they were just to steal some horses. But then it all turned sour and people started getting killed. And neither he nor his cronies wanted anything to do with that. So they fell out from the gang and fled.
Fell out? Yeah, there was a body found in the woods by Neuhof.
That would explain something. Lubosh kept jabbering that he wasn't a murderer, that he didn't want to do it.
So I know that Lubosh killed the murderer and he's dead too. The trouble is, I need to find the ones who are still alive. I need names and places. Did he mention any of the others?
Only nicknames. Talked about some fella called Riki from Ledechko. Pius, Timmy.
Pius.
That lot are about as pious as I am ordained. Nonsense. You would make an excellent priest. And anyhow, with your skills, you ought to be able to sniff out this Riki from Ledechko, right?
Well, we'll have to now. There's not much else to go on. Let's hope he's not hanging from the wall, too.
Indeed. And I'd hate to be excommunicated for nothing. Anyhow,
Get off,
good
cat.
luck. You watch out for yourself. These people clearly mean business. And I'd like to raise a tankard with you again sometime.
Yeah, I'll try. Although I'm not sure I'd survive another night of your debauchery.
And if anyone should ask, you heard nothing from me. I'll deny everything.
I don't doubt it.
That was absurd. Okay. I still can't sprint. Ugh.
God be with you.
Have you got a bed for the night?
I suppose I could. For how long?
Just the one night?
Sure, but let's see your coin.
Here you are.
You all like it here. Like sleeping on a cloud.
How bad off am I? Pretty bad. Apple's bad. That gets my nourishment up at least. It's my chest. Gonna feed my cats. Be right back. And I'm talking to a dead mic. Maintenance skill is 5. Yeah, I want stealth kill for that. Okay. Yeah, this is the 50% easier to dodge strikes. I want that, and I want taunt. +2 stealth bonus, cost of a -1 penalty is strength and speech. I think I'd rather wait for first aid 3. Interesting. Yeah, I'd much rather have first aid 3 than any of these others. This one, maybe, but yeah. Oh, hey, look. When did that happen? I'm still -64, but still, it went up. Alright. Alright, so quests. Track down Riki. As a camp leader. Alright, so this is actually probably a good place to stop. Finish off Sir Nicholas' book. Yeah, so I'm done with that. Pickpocketing is still only level 2. But okay. Means I can put the book in the chest, I think. This spear is heavy and I can't use it. See if I can equip it now. It's not even in my weapon list. That's interesting. So it's treated like a weapon, but I can't use it. It's very odd. No, actually what I want to do is because I got training in a polearm skill. But there is no polearm skill. It must not be implemented. Yeah, I'm just going to sleep for an hour so I can save it. And then that will be all for tonight. Once again, for those of you who are watching, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoyed it. Although I know some parts of this stream are not necessarily exciting, particularly the flower picking parts. But it's been loads of fun to play the game. I highly recommend it, and I'm going to continue streaming at some point tomorrow, where we will go bandit hunting, and that should be exciting. But for now, good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.